Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Amanda and I love crafting, shopping, decor and makeovers. Thanks for tuning in. Back in the dollhouse again today, and I'm sharing a very exciting new project, the kitchen. So I'm just showing you here when I first wallpapered and floored in the house. So the sort of bones of the kitchen was done. And then I got this wooden box from Poundland for Easter, and I've refashioned it. Sawed it in half, painted it white, and then filled it with all sorts of jars and foodstuffs that I had from the other house to create a dividing wall. So now there's a kitchen area, and on the other side will be the living room. So I'm really pleased with that, because I didn't want to put another dividing wall in like I did upstairs. I thought I'd try something different. So it's kind of like you can still see into the living room, so it's kind of half open plan, but also just sections the kitchen off, so it is a separate room. And then I was really happy to use up all my jars and all the bits and pieces that I had made for the drinks trolley and all the other stuff, utilised in one space in the kitchen. It's a little sneak peek through the window there, just to get a different view of it. But I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So let's get making the kitchen unit then. So using some poster board, I just cut a top, and then using some of my sticky back plastic marble effect, I covered that top to look like a piece of marble. Then just used card for the frontage, and I got some printables of a cooker. And then the cooker top, I just mounted on a couple of pieces of card just to make it look a bit thicker. And then I cut out a hole for my sink, and again used another printable. So printables have been very good for me. Then I've used some of my pins. I do like using those pins as handles. And then you can see I've got some alternative cooker frontages there, which would be quite fun to change. And then I use my good old silver tape as well to show the cupboards and the drawer under the cooker for storing tins and pots and things. So I'm really pleased with how that came out. And then I got this black bead, which I thought would make a great base for the tap. And then just using a pipe cleaner and a little sort of bead that looks a bit like a faucet, I thought, well, that can all go together. Obviously, I need to turn that into a black pipe cleaner. Obviously, if I had a black one, I would use it, but I haven't, so I've just used this marker pen and just coloured it in, and now I've got a black tap. And then I just attach that onto the back of the unit, and then put the bead in front using two black sequins just to kind of show the taps, the hot and cold taps. So that's all put together, and now we've got a tap and a sink. And then using another bead and some blue tack, which I sort of fashioned into a soap shape, I've got a little soap dish by the sink. And then I've got my quiche that I had before that a friend gave me, and the fork. So I thought, well, that can go on there like it's just come out of the oven. And then I've got my little utensils pot as well from the other kitchen. I have added a little hand sanitizer using some pearl beads, and I just super glued them together. And I was very much inspired by my Dollhouse kit. If you haven't watched that series, you can look on the Dollhouse playlist, it's on there. And I just kind of took that Dollhouse kit as inspiration to help me make this kitchen. So I fashioned a simple shelf just using another piece of poster board, and then covering it with my very trusty sticky back paper in wood effect, which I absolutely love. And then just to make it secure, I put some more of my pins in, and then I put super glue on, a little drop of super glue onto each pin, and then shoved it onto the wall, because I have done a shelf before straight onto the wall and it wasn't secure, so I thought I'd try the pin idea and see how that works. Now I'm just making some bits and pieces to go on the shelf. So I got some more printables, cookbooks, and just cut them out, and then just got some plain white paper and concertinaed it, and then glued that inside the cookbooks. I did show, I think a little while ago when I did the bedrooms, some printables that I got off Facebook, off a page. I think it's called Dollhouse Miniatures, and there's lots of PDFs on there, so that was very useful. I got some magazines, books, and these, and some records, and also these cookbooks. So I think they just add a little touch of authenticity to the room. So some other bits I made for the shelves was I cut the top off this lid that went in a bottle and turned that into a sort of a riser chopping board, and then I stuck some glasses onto it, and then put that onto the shelf with a bit of blue tack. And then I've got my cookbooks. I'm just going to secure them onto the shelf with a bit of glue so that they don't fall off if anything gets knocked. And then this canister, storage canister, is basically just a button with a bead on the top, and some card wrapped around. And I'm just going to glue that on because it'll hold it in place, but it will also come off easily if I do want to change what's on the shelf. And then a little plant in a little lid, bit of tissue paper and a bit of greenery. Again, I'll just blue tack that on, and then just put another cookbook in. So just felt it needed another cookbook there, and I'm just really happy with how nice everything looks on the shelf. Very cool, very trendy. Before we go any further, I just thought I would put a covering in the window, which I've done with the front of the house. So I've just cut out, again using the trusty sticky back plastic, and then just using my chalk paint to paint in the insides. I just covered that window in to get rid of the pink on the inside, and then I'm just going to put my unit, my washing and cooking station in. Obviously I've glued everything on so it won't fall off, and then got my utensils, hand sanitizer, the soap dish, the quiche. It's all there, and as I say, none of it will fall off, so that could just go into place. I did actually, as I put this in, added a side onto the other side because I originally left it open, but then when I put it against the wall, I felt it didn't sort of feel super sturdy, so I just put another piece of card on the side to make it feel a bit sturdier. And then I put a bit of blue tack just to keep it in place, so again it won't fall. Then I wanted to add this spatula printable, and I'm just going to glue it onto a little piece of wood and then put it there above the cooker, and I think that looks quite sweet. And then this rug I made previously, I think it was in the bathroom of my old house, and I thought, well, that black and white goes perfect with the black and white on the light and the sort of the greys in the kitchen, so I thought that's a lovely rug to go there. And it's always nice to have a rug in front of your sink and in front of your cooker. And then some artwork. I've got this Eat, Drink and Be Merry picture. I am just going to blue tack that there because I may want to change it, so I thought I won't glue it onto the wall. And then I've got this other Break of Day Farm and Kitchen rooster picture. I actually got that off a calendar that I had when on the back of the calendar they did all like little mini pictures of what each month was. So I cut those up and thought they're perfect for the dollhouse. So I have actually got another one that I can change it to. This one, Be Happy. And I have got a few others as well. And then I've got some tea and coffee pictures, so I can change the pictures, which does keep it interesting. So now I want to put some seating in dining area in. So I've just cut a piece of card for the top, and then I've got this butterscotch sweets box, which I thought would be great for the base. So again, covered it with my trusty marble effect paper, and then stuck the card on top, and I've got myself a lovely dining table, very simple. And then I'm going to make some chairs to go around the table, and again I thought I'd just keep it super simple, so I just got some card and then just folded it into a chair shape. And then using a cocktail stick, I rolled paper to make the nice sturdy legs, and there I've got my chairs. I did actually, when I made them, think, oh, they're actually a little bit small. So I thought I'll boost them up with my trusty pins. So I've just put a little bit of blue tack on the end of the pin and then shoved it into the legs. And actually, as well as it making the chairs a little higher, I think that does look like a cool design feature. So I've got 4 chairs and a dining table, which I think's, again, a lovely idea. And I did get inspiration from my Dollhouse kit for this. So now I need to dress the table, and I thought I'd make a little chopping board using a very thin piece of wood that I had possibly left over from the Dollhouse kit, I think, or it might have been a lollipop stick, I'm not sure. But I did have some chopping boards that I made using cardboard and wood effect paper, and I just thought, well, actually, if I could make one out of wood, it'd be much better. So I'm just cutting it here. There's the one that I had before. But the sides weren't very good, I didn't feel. So I'm just cutting this, and I'm just cutting it so it looks a little bit more even, and then working on it with the sander until I get sort of the desired shape. And then I just use my emery board as well, just to round the edges off. And I'm really happy with how that turns out. So here's the dining table and the kitchen, and just having a little look around. You can see there the gap to walk from the kitchen into the living room, and then you can also see the view from the front door, because you can open the front door and look in, go into the living room, and then just see off to the side there's the access to the kitchen. So let's set the table then with the finished chopping board. And then I had this lid off I don't know whether it was like on the top of a sort of like a champagne type bottle. And I thought that's a perfect bowl for the kitchen. So then I've got these lemons, which I made previously with just some blue tack or white tack. And then I wrapped some yellow tissue around them. And then a little tiny bit of greenery just to make them look a little bit more like lemons. I think that looks really nice for summer. And then I've got these 2 grey mugs. Again, just a piece of cardboard rolled around into a circle, and then a little handle made. Really quite simple. Coming in with a glass now, which actually matches the 3 glasses that I've put on the chopping board up there. And then I'm going to put in a bottle of lemonade to go in the glass. Made this out of a glue stick and just sort of melted the top and put a button, sort of a sequiny button on top, and a little label. I thought turned out quite well. And then I just got another cookbook, Rick Stein cookbook, and I thought, well, somebody could be sitting there reading through that for inspiration for dinner. I'm really pleased with how the kitchen's come out. I'm really happy with it. As I've said a couple of times, I've took inspiration from the miniature dollhouse that I made, but also previous dollhouses. I just hope that each time I do do a renovation, I do feel like I'm getting a little bit better, a little bit neater. I am trying, so I hope you've enjoyed having a look as I do the kitchen, and then obviously stick with me when I get to the other rooms. So let's just recap where we are then. So the kitchen is completed. I'm very happy with how that's turned out. The bathroom is done. I've painted the inside of the doors, and I've changed the exterior of the house. New front door, new frontage. It's looking fabulous. And then the bedroom is also done. So bedroom, bathroom and kitchen all completed. So the next project to be done is the living room, the lounge, and you can see there it's a bit of a dumping ground at the moment, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get onto that and share that with you soon. I'm really looking forward to doing that, and then I will think about the garden roof terrace in the current attic space. So that's something I'd like to try out, I think. So I'm really pleased with how it's gone. I hope you've enjoyed um, seeing the transformation. I do feel like each time I do a new dollhouse and doing the miniature kit, I think has really helped my skills and ideas. I do feel like I'm getting better each time. So, hopefully you've enjoyed seeing this kitchen, and, please stay with me because I will do renovations, I will do makeovers, and you never know, I might even get a new dollhouse at some point. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't, please consider doing so. Give me a like, drop me a comment because I do love to hear from you. So, until next week, take care. Bye bye.